Alright, here, let's try to get Fletching caught up a bit. It's only level 1. If we go to the Grand Exchange, we could buy shafts, arrow shafts. So we don't have too much money, we're running low on money. This will give us profit though. Pretty much always gives you profit. So maybe we could just buy 10k, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Buy 15k. So we do need feathers to fletch from. Let's buy 10k arrow shafts, and then the feathers we could buy them from the vendors maybe. Those might, oh, they don't even instant buy for that price. So they've gone up a little bit compared to the Grand Exchange price. I guess we only offered 1 coin more. Let's try that, see if that works. Buy 10,000 arrow shafts. So it cost us 160k. And then we probably can't buy the feathers, right? We could buy feathers from vendors though, maybe. It'd be cheaper. So we would need 110k. So we could see if we get 110k. Or we could just buy them from the vendors. Let's just go to the feather vendors. Essentially, they'd sell them at a discount compared to the Grand Exchange. So if we go down here, we bought 10,000 arrow shafts. Now we're going to go to the ports district of Menifos. There's a feather vendor here. There's a feather vendor in Lumbridge. There's a feather vendor in Al-Kharid. And there's probably a feather vendor in Catherby, isn't there? So there's at least 4 feather vendors. So we could just buy those from the Grand Exchange. We won't worry about fletching arrow shafts. We'll just fletch the Headless. So it's a left click trade. Left click trade with her. She'll give you feathers for $6 each compared to 11. And these feather packs, they cost like 7.5 per feather, I think. You buy, so we can't afford all of them. And we could use fishing bait for fishing when we start fishing here. Once we get 52 fishing. So if we left click this, it'll open all the feather packs. And from our feathers that we had before, we got 10,673. And we're pretty much completely broke. So let's go to the Grand Exchange and then make all these headless arrows. This is gonna be super sick. So like 10,000 brings you to like level 28 fletching, and then maybe another 10,000 would bring you higher. Generally, we usually buy the feathers from the Grand Exchange. So that means we only make 10,000. If we could make 20,000, that'd bring us around like 42 or something. So if we say feather arrow shafts, use them on the headless arrows, and we gain a bit of merchandise. And because these guys spawn too because of the Easter event. So it's going to interrupt it a little bit. You'd be getting a little less experience per hour, but if there is any event going on, maybe there's some different type of event going on, you'd want to start participating in on them pretty soon. Generally, for your first little bit, until you get everything up, you don't want to, well, I guess you do always participate in the events. But then we'd be fletching these while those guys would be spawning here, and we'd be gaining reputation. So let's just fletch one inventory. That would take 70 seconds to fletch it, that's right. Get the level 3 fletching. So this is so much better than cutting down the trees, making your own arrow shafts for 5 experience, or making regular short bows. You could do the Temple of Ikov quest. Temple of Ikov quest gives you like 8,000 experience. Although fletching 10,000 of these might not take too long. Maybe like 12-15 minutes. Maybe as long as the quest, I guess. And then you make profit from it, because these things should sell for more. How much does the Grand Exchange say? Today it says there 44, so if it's like what? 16 plus 11, 27, 44 minus 27. Oh, 44 minus 27. So you make 17 profit off of each of them. And if we made 10,000, it wouldn't take too long. It would take like 12 minutes. We made 170k profit, so that's actually pretty good, right? You're getting huge fletching levels. We're already level 9 fletching, almost level 10 fletching. Once you fletch these 10,000, maybe we could sell the headless arrows, buy some more arrow shafts, go buy some feathers from the vendors, and then maybe buy feathers from the Grand Exchange at that point. Well, we could just make 20 of them, but there's level 10. We'll come back when they're all fletched. Alright, so maybe it'll bring us to level 27. Maybe it won't quite bring us to level 28. Maybe it brings us almost to level 28. Or maybe, no, it won't bring us. We only got 130 left, right? Once those are all fletched, then that's pretty much it. You do gain a reputation here, and the Easter guy does spawn here. So we just fletched all of them. We'll just go collect the eggs. And another thing about fletching here and doing everything else, you're gaining the reputation every once in a while. But you could also keep an eye on the chat. You could see when scarabs spawn here. You could watch this place. And essentially the soul obelisks spawn like every 40 minutes or so. So it's like every 40 minutes or so. After 40 minutes it tries to spawn one. And then in chat it'll tell you that one has spawned. So if we go to the exchange at the Grand Exchange, we could just sell all of these headless arrows for now. We just try to see what they instant sell for. We're kind of in a hurry here, right? For 50k. So this instant sold for above the price. So maybe if we sold them, we would have made another 10, 20, or 30,000. 6, 2, 10. So if the feathers cost around like 7 each or something, 230. So we made like 220k. That'll allow us to buy some more arrow shafts, because arrow shafts you could buy 20k of them. Yeah, arrow shafts. You could buy 20k. It's just the feathers that are 10k. But you could buy the feathers from vendors. The arrow shafts, you can't buy them from vendors. So that would allow us to buy more. So we just had like 260k. Now we got like 400k. And we could go to the other vendor. We could buy feathers from the shops. Or we could buy them from the Grand Exchange. We could buy them from the Grand Exchange to pass our limit. Because once you start buying feathers, then you put on a 4-hour timer from buying any from the Grand Exchange. And then, anyways, we'll make money buying these. So now you can buy 10,000 feathers from the Grand Exchange. The feathers from the Grand Exchange cost 14 each. And then we could even go, might as well just go home teleport to, well, we don't need to, we could buy feathers later, the day has reset and everything. But now you could continue fletching, continue getting experience, and maybe if an obelisk spawns, you'd be able to see it. If scarabs spawn, you could see them, and then you could start stepping on them, getting more bonus experience stars and gold and reputation. And then eventually we'll have this unlocked, eventually this one. And then woodcutting will go good. So maybe since we haven't logged out yet, we could level up woodcutting more. We've been thinking about it. We have to render the episodes and everything. We could do fishing. We have to get the fish flinger's outfit. So we'll just finish this fletching episode for now. Here we go. So you see in the chat, a soul obelisk has spawned in the port district of Menifos. That means it's fresh. It has just spawned. So you pretty much go here, go to the port district, see what world we're on, go right click here, enter to the ports district, hop worlds, we are on world 89. So then we could say world 89 ports fresh. So we could do that. Go down here, so there would be a soul obelisk. World 89 ports fresh. Here we go. World 89 ports fresh. So while you are leveling fletching, you might find a soul obelisk, so it's amazing. You just sit here, earn reputation from fletching, watch the chat, maybe a soul obelisk will spawn within 40 minutes? Within an hour maybe. Maybe it's like within every hour it probably should spawn. Or it tries to spawn in 40 minutes. Someone just came here. So now all the other people are gonna come here. World 89 ports fresh. I don't think we have to put the W at front. We just have to put the 89 ports fresh. So we drag the lobsters onto our hotbar here, and then we could eat these without interrupting. So for reputation here, right, we're going to get the merchant until we unlock the safety deposit box, which would be pretty soon. Because essentially these obelisks, they could give you around like a 20,000 reputation per day at most. So 6, 12, 24, you could pretty much get the deposit box for all of them on your first day. If you do scarabs as well. We did a little bit of scarabs, but then we stopped. We could do scarabs later. We could do these later too. As long as these are done during the day, we could do fishing while we render everything, but essentially, fletching's still in progress. Maybe we'll just record unlocking this because it's pretty close to it, right? Yeah, it is probably pretty close. Click on it, hover up 57, so we just need to siphon from the objects like 2 more times. Now say you have unlocked the bank deposit box within here, so we can start the workers district and then start earning reputation towards here. So we just need 5,000, 5, 10, 15, 20. So just from the soul obelisk alone, you could get the safety deposit box in all of the districts. So we have it unlocked in the port, we have it unlocked in the Imperial, we're going for the tree cutting. Merchant, we just have the safety deposit box. Worker, we will have the safety deposit box, probably. So the soul obelisk stays for 8 minutes. After it spawns, it gets deleted in 8 minutes. So you have 8 minutes to gain this reputation. And then after we gain this, we're just going to put the star back on the Imperial District and work towards the bank chest in the woodcutting place and the increased woodcutting chance in the woodcutting place. Alright, so we're just about to get the bank deposit box for this place, right? Yeah, you feel so. Now we can just go here, put the star to the Imperial District, and try to get this up to the increased woodcutting. So now we have the bank deposit box in all of the places. Just make sure you eat and don't get killed. Oh, here it is. So we seen this cat. So apparently there's a cat you have to pet every single day. There's a new cat every day of the week. So we petted this one. It said you pet him, you take a copy of their paw print. You pet him, you get another copy. Huh. So you're supposed to pet all of them and you get a different paw print every single day. So if you're also in here, you might also see that cat wandering around. So if you see that cat wandering around, go pet it. Oh, and then the Easter egg sprites would spawn. So we got 745 of these, and we got the jeweled eggs. We got 2 of them. We don't know what they do yet. We'll open them at some point. Maybe when our skills are leveled up a bit, because everything in the game, all of these things that give you items and experience, all of them scale with your levels. And they scale a lot better at the higher levels too. So essentially, you just want to level up everything as much as you can before you redeem all of these rewards, like the rune crafting. That's why we got that extra there. We went to the rune crafting place to check for the rune spear. We thought we'd get the rune dust today. That way tomorrow we just have to search for cores, and that's pretty much it, and then maybe get some more rune dust. Alright, so we sold the granite pouches, but essentially this should bring you to level 33, just about level 34, just short of level 34 fletching. So what did we sell them for? Let's just see what one of these buys for. Let's just see what the price difference is. Before we instant sold it for 45 and it was 49 or something. Maybe the instant sell price is changed. Let's try to sell one. So it's always interesting to check the buy and sell price of them. 45 to 49, right? We could sell them at 49 or something. Sell them at 49 and match him, or lower him and lose 1k. We'll do that. Just make an extra 30k by doing that. The granite pouches have sold, gave us 47k. So there's the fletching, I guess. 1 do 33 fletching. So we'll just wait till our timer goes up. 4 hours later, we'll buy 20,000 more arrow shafts and then fletch a whole bunch more. Try to get to 45 fletching and then maybe do arrows. Or you could just keep doing these, or you could do maybe longbows or something. We're not sure, but this works pretty good. So there's the fletching and a whole bunch of things in minute, folks. The scarabs did not spawn yet though.